What is up, everybody? It's your boy Chris Cage coming at you 2 times, and we have a weekly race video for y'all. Today, we are back on the 4-lane elimination track, and I thought of something that is rather very unique than ever before, because you see, we are going to do another realistic versus fantasy race, but with a twist. The winner or winners of one side are going to immediately challenge for a spot on the Tower of Fast. So basically, what we're going to do is a Realistix versus Fantasy Tower of Fast race, where we do the Realistic versus Fantasy race first to determine the side of winners who are going to win. And then after that, we get into Tower of Fast territory. Now, if there are if there are 3 or more cars from one side that moves on, we will do another set of round-style races in order to crown a winner to challenge for a spot on the Tower of Fast. But if we have less than 3 cars from one side advancing, then we will select a vehicle from the Tower of Fast, and they will race the remaining less than 3 vehicles there. Actually, I just got word that if there's only 1 car from one side remaining, then that will happen. Other than that, round by round style of racing, and yeah. So with that in mind, it's time now to begin the first round of Realistic versus Fantasy. Alright guys, we are ready for the first round. We're going to be racing 20 cars, 20 realistic, 20 fantasy, to get 1 team of winners. And then after that, we move on to the next phase. But here is your first phase, which is the first round of these first 2. First winner, coming from the realistic side, is the Repu. Alright, y'all, here is the next matchup. Representing fantasy cars, we have Rockster. Alright, guys, here's your next matchup. And it looks like the Porsche Carrera has stolen the win from Exotique to get the win. We're coming at you with the next in the matchup. Skydome is going to get the win and even things up for fantasy cars. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here's your next matchup. And alternating win patterns, we have the Realistix team getting a win with their Volkswagen Caddy. Here's your next matchup. And by the way, this 56 Ford truck is going to be your K-Case treasure hunt coming pretty soon in the 2020 Mainline Series. Yeah, 2020 Mainline Series I meant to say. K-Case. You gotta look out to get that car. Not in this color, but in yellow. With the S on the top of it. And this rather cool looking version of the 56 Ford is going to get the win. Alright guys, here comes the next matchup. Asphalt Assault sets things up. Alright guys, here is your next matchup. And it's going to be Ground FX. Here comes your next matchup. And your winner is Street Creeper, bringing things up for a lead for fantasy cars. Alright, next matchup. Wow. Bone Speeder just stole it from him, and he gets the win. Alright, guys, next matchup. And looks like Highway Hauler 2 has just gotten a little bit of his vehicle in to get the win. Next matchup. Speed Racer Mach 5 think it was going to be slick trying to get out that entry start, but he didn't because Shark Cruiser. Sorry, Speed Shark is something else. Shark Cruiser has gotten the win. Alright, guys, next matchup. Now what turns in fantasy cars turn or whatnot, because Turbine Time gets the win. Alright, guys, coming at you with the next matchup. And the Embosser gives out another win for fantasy cars. Alright, guys, here we go. Next matchup. Pontiac Salsa is going to get the win. Who never knew Pontiac would name a car after a food choice to put on tacos? But they did. You know what? I wonder if this was a concept car. Let me know if it is. Alright, guys, next matchup. Looks like it's gonna have to go to the Dodge Charger Daytona. If you find this in yellow in the 2020 G case, you'll find yourself a treasure hunt. Obviously, this is not that. Alright, next matchup. Power Pistons was like, yep, I'm going to deny you immediately. So Power Pistons gotten a win. Next matchup. Indy 500 Oval has gotten a win. Second to the last matchup. The 2020 A-Case Treasure Hunt. You know, the one before the coronavirus. Bubble-Matic has gotten a win. And finally, we have ourselves, these two vehicles are going up against each other. Herbie and the 2017 M-Case Treasure Hunt are going to battle it out, all to get one winner. Good luck to the both of them. Let's see who moves on to the next round. Herbie gets the win. So, here is how round number 2 is going to look like. So, we have a shortage of realistic cars, so that means that the oldest winner, whoever that may be, is going to race again in hopes to beat the other two fantasy cars. So, here is how round number 1 looks like after the race. And now it's time to begin round 2 in the phase, or the first phase of this weekly race, which is realistic versus fantasy. And that will be starting right now. Alright, guys, time to begin round number 2. Here is your first matchup. Time to see who will win it. And Mazda Repo is going to give out a win for Realistix. Here we go. We are coming at you with the next matchup. And the Porsche Carrera puts up another win for Team Realistic. Here is your third matchup. Asphalt Assault immediately got that win. Alright, now here is your next matchup. And Ground FX even things up for Realistix and Fantasy. Alright, next matchup. And the Pontiac Salsa just got its jar broken because Street Creeper was the one to do it, etching himself a win. Here we go, coming at you with the next matchup. Dodge Charger Daytona says, F this ish, I'm out. As Bone Speeder looks like he is going to be the one to get the win. We're coming at you with the next matchup. Well, the Indy 500 Oval survived that one. All right, guys, next matchup. Herbie pulls out another win for Realistix. We're starting back with the Repo. We're going to see if he can get it done here. And Turbine Time eliminates yet another Realistic casting. He beat out one, or Repo beat out one, but can't beat the other. All right, here is the next matchup. I don't even have to say anything because everybody saw how this race took place. And it is with Bubble-Matic getting the win. It's gut check time because we're down to only 2 Realistic cars left. If Indy 500 Oval can beat Embosser, we will have a third round. If not, it's up to Herbie to see if he can do the job. The Embosser scores the victory. It'll be up to Herbie to see if he can seal the deal. It is all up to the Herbie Lovebug to see if he can pull it out for Realistix. If not, then we might as well just continue on with the Tower Fast portion of the video. Maybe. It all depends on this race here. Well, Realistix is done. So, congratulations to Fantasy Cars for their victory here on the Realistix versus Fantasy portion of today's weekly race. With everything all evened up right here, we can clearly say that the Fantasy Cars put a really big beating on the Realistix. But now, with the Fantasy Cars remaining, which one of these 8 will get a chance to be featured, well, take a spot away from any of the 5 on the fantasy side of the Tower of Fast? Got a couple of good ones here, especially that Hot Wheels All Out finalist, Invader, but you never know how this race is going to pan out. There may be some shocking moments for all to see. Now it's time for the Tower of Fast featuring Fantasy Cars to officially kick off. All right, since Team Fantasy held off Team Realistix, it's time to see which one of these 8 will find themselves challenging for a spot on the Tower of Fast. First up, here is your first 4. And it's going to be Bubble-Matic. And now we're down to the last race. See how quick that is? It's time to see which one of these 4 will challenge the Bubble-Matic for the right to face a Tower of Fast spot. It's going to be Bone Speeder. So, who will get the opportunity to challenge for a spot on the Tower of Fast? Bubble-Matic or Bone Speeder? It's time to see what happens when we put them on the track. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to see who is going to get the win. Will it be Bubble-Matic or Bubble-Matic? I can't speak. And No, or will it be Bone Speeder? As it came crashing down and it hurted him his insides, even though cars don't really have insides, your winner is Bubble-Matic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we set up a random generator of all things, it's time to see which space he will be challenging for. Or which car he'll be challenging for, basically. You know what I mean. And the car he will be facing off against is Boombox. So, yeah, Boombox. So basically, this fella right here. Got some colorful wheeled cars going at it for space number 3. And it's time now to get to that race, as these two will end up facing off for a shot to get space number 3 on the Tower of Fast. Good luck, and we'll see who comes up victorious, as that match is coming up right now. All right, so here we go. Bubble-Matic versus Boombox. A lot of B's in their names. Hopefully they're not in the trap. Nicki Minaj pun. Anyway, it's time to see who's going to win it in this finals format. That AK's treasure hunt in Bubble-Matic has put on a huge clinic here, eliminating Team Realistix and now the fantasy cars. If he does this again, he is the car that's going to be in space number 3. Alright, let's see if Boombox has what it takes to defend his spot, because if not, Bubble-Matic, I got it right, is going to get space 3. Wow, what a crushing blow. And just like that, we are forced into a split race. Alright, here we go. Back at it again. It's time to see what these two can do. Wow, Bubble-Matic just got burned and burned hard there. Boombox gets the win. Let's see if Bubble-Matic has what it takes to force a second split. If not, Boombox retains. Well, Bubble-Matic may be fast, it may be a treasure hunt, but he doesn't have what it takes to beat out the experienced Boombox casting, even though it's plastic and stuff. There he is, in his spot on the Tower of Fast. And that will do it for today's Hot Wheels Weekly Race. Shout out to all the vehicles that have partaken in this race. And shout out to the winner, or shout out to the team winners of Fantasy. But none of the cars from the weekly race were able to knock off this section of 5. So yeah, that'll do it for today's weekly race. I hope you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. If you are brand new watching this, be sure you subscribe. And also turn on the notifications bell as well. It's your boy Chris Cage, and I'm coming at you 2 times. And we will see you at the next video.